This devastatingly sad story where 6 men accused of carrying out a violent vigilante attack in Zandspruit. They're expected back in court today. They're expected to apply for bail, I understand, charged with murder, attempted murder and kidnapping. And this is the terribly sad part, of course, 8 people dying in this attack when people were doused with petrol and set alight at a local sports ground in and near Zandspruit. Reporter Manqoba Nkunu with us this morning and back at the Roodepoort Magistrates Court again for us. Manqoba, good morning. What are we expecting from this bail? I would imagine prosecutors are going to say no.
Indeed, Garrett, we are expecting that bail application to resume here at the Roodepoort Magistrate Court this morning. Of course, you recall that it was postponed the last time after one of the lawyers indicated that he was not ready to proceed with the bail application. So today we're actually expecting the lawyers to actually make their case for bail for these 6 accused who are accused of killing the 8 young men in Zandspruit on the 17th of May. And really, Gareth, what we are expecting in court is for them to actually give reasons to this court as to why they should be released on bail. They are facing a Schedule 6 murder charge of premeditated murder, which means that the onus really will be on them to prove to this court that it is in the interest of justice for them to be released on bail, and they'll have to present exceptional circumstances to this court as to why they should be released on bail. But also, in terms of some of the grounds or some of the facts that they'll have to convince this court, includes the fact that they will not be a danger to society and they will not disrupt public peace if at all they are released on bail, and also the issue that they will not evade trial or that they are flight risk at all if they are granted bail by this court. But importantly, also another factor that the court will have to really convince itself on is whether or not they will endanger or they will interfere with witnesses or evidence or tamper with evidence if ever they are released on bail. So we are expecting them to make their case here this morning, but of course also we're expecting to hear perhaps how they intend to plead when it comes to these charges that they face. They're facing murder, kidnapping and assault charges on top of that, Gareth. And so they are going to be making their case for bail here at this particular court this morning.
Any members of the deceased's family there in protest or coming through to watch the proceedings, Manqoba?
Well, at this particular point, Garrett, we have not seen any of the family members, but we do understand that they will be making their way here. They have, of course, been part of these hearings here in court, calling, of course, for no bail for these accused. It is quite an emotional time for these families. They've been quite emotional even here in court, really looking for answers as to why their loved ones were killed in such a manner, and saying really that, they don't want these accused to be given bail. So we're expecting to see some of them making their way here, and of course we will be speaking to them later on just to try and find out how they are dealing with this particular issue. It hasn't been quite easy for them. In fact, last time I remember one of the relatives, eNCA, really saying that they're still devastated, they're still battling to come to terms with the gruesome way in which their loved ones were killed. So they're really hoping that these accused are not going to be granted bail by this particular court.
Well, I'm sure we'll get an update from you once proceedings get underway as well and the decision is made on the bail. For the moment, my thanks to my colleague Manqoba Nkunu, live from the Roodepoort Magistrates Court.